What's up, everybody? Today I want to show you a few cards from my collection to potentially send off for grading at CGC. So, let me know what you think about the cards I show you and which ones you think probably have the best chance at grading well or should just send off to grading no matter what. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, let's begin, shall we? We're going to start with some modern Pokemon. This is a Chinese character rare. I opened this from the 1 year anniversary box from mainland China. The edges and corners look really good on this one. And I think because I'm in China, this one will sell if it's a CGC 10 at worst. Then we move on to a really big one here. Conda Magikarp. Pulled this myself on the channel. I don't see any issues with it. The top might be a little bit shredded there, but I'm gonna just give it a shot. Another Conda. We have the Seismitoad here. This is our modern. These are some of our modern cards here. Obviously the condition of these is going to be pretty darn good. This one still has the sticker on it, but big Blood Moon fan, and I saw this 4,000. I could have been picking up a lot better things for 4,000 back in the day, but still, not bad. And then we have two of these. I'll probably decide which of these is the better condition and just send one, or I'll send both. I'm not really sure. There's so many cards that I have here in front of me that it's going to be pretty hard to narrow in on which ones I should send. So if you guys have any insight or want to point me in the right direction, please do.
We're going on a national bikini tour, and we're looking for 2 oil boys who can grease us up before each competition.
You are in luck. There's a town about 3 miles that way. I'm sure you'll find a couple guys there.
Because this is my first time grading. I think all of these cards are worthwhile to an extent. And I'm a big fan of grading with CGC, because the grading process is the same as PSA, and it's just like about 6 times cheaper. And although there's a premium for PSA for sure, and it's harder to sell CGC, if you just assume the fact that one score below, like a CGC 8 versus a PSA 7, those will be the similar comps. And obviously people will still prefer the PSA 7, but I'm okay with taking that risk, getting these slabbed up, and at the very least, if I need to sit on them for a while, I can do so, and they won't have any particular damage done to them just by sitting in my storage here. This one's a really cool one. I got this from the Binder collection, another Chinese card. This artwork is incredible. Some of these cards might not be worth it to send because the PSA 10 is like basically the cost of grading. But, you know, I'm going to look at that a little bit deeper afterwards. Alright, let's go to... I just want to show you some fun cards here next. I have a few Jordans. I wonder if it's worthwhile to send these in and get them graded. They're really old, so maybe they're not necessarily needed to be slabbed up, but this one in particular looks pretty good. Imagine if I got like a 9 or something. And then this one is definitely faded and a little bit corner jacked there, and there's some yellowing for sure on the back. There's some ripples up there. There's a smudge down at the bottom, but man, look how cool this is. I guess I picked it up for $4. That's iconic. And then another beautiful Jordan card as well. The Collector's Choice Jordan. Incredible. When was this printed? 1991? Wow. So I wanted to show you those, I guess, more than anything, but maybe I won't send those off for grading. Maybe I'll put them up as a lot. But these two are serious grading candidates. This is the Corbin Carroll short or super short print, the Radiating Rookies that I pulled from the 2022 box that I opened near opening day of this year. And this card, I mean, can't see anything wrong with it. I guess top to bottom it's a little bit off, so maybe it's really not worth it, but the front is seems fine to me. I really don't know. This will be a learning lesson in and of itself, but yeah, actually this left to right looks pretty bad. So maybe it's not worth it. I'll have to check a PSA 10 or CGC 10 comp to see what those look like if the back centering is problematic. And this is a big one here. This is that Victor Wembanyama rookie that I pulled from a Hoops Premium Collection box, numbered to 35. I mean, there's some slight centering issues left to right here. It's a little bit left heavy, but I don't think it's enough to push it off. This one's a little bit bottom heavy, I guess you could say, but it's negligible to my eyes. I want to get this in the slab just because. I'll definitely be grading that one. That's my one definite so far. I'm definitely grading that one. All right, now let's get into a little bit of One Piece, I guess. Here we have a Boa Hancock. From OP12. I'm having a hard time understanding which of these might be from premium booster boxes, which is like, I don't know. They made a pretty big mistake there by they had like the same exact numbering and lettering here at the bottom based on the ones from the original boxes and then the ones in the premium boxes, which are a little bit less sought after. But anyway, I hope this is a true OP12. I'm not sure if it is. I'm not sure how to tell if it's not. Obviously, if it's not even in the set, wow, good for me for not acknowledging that. It's just that there have been so many cards in my collection that I picked up in my most recent Japan trip that I thought were just from the regular set themselves, like OP01, OP03, but they're probably from a premium booster, PRB 1 or 2 or whatever. So I really like this card. I think it's pretty dang cool and it's clean. So that's in the maybe pile. We'll put that right there. Here's a really cool card. Second anniversary One Piece. I think her name is Kaya. Actually, I haven't gotten that far in the anime. I've been on a definite pause on the anime. We're in the Fire and Ice world. We just finished the massive fight with Ace and Whitebeard. But yeah, really nice card. A little bit right heavy. I don't know. I think it might be worth it. Then we have a few Luffys here. I think these are really cool, and their condition is very solid. All of my One Piece cards are so solid that I can't imagine that they're anything less than a 10, unless there's some surface stuff, which is very possible to miss with my layman's eye. But all of these Luffy cards are very solid, and in my estimation, pretty unique. Not too unique, but pretty unique. As you can see, one of the cards I picked up for 300 yen, so it's not crazy. But this is a really cool one from OP13, Emu. I think that's her name. I just saw that this was my first card that I saw that I was like, okay, I'm going to get into One Piece. Just never seen anything like it. I thought it was super cool. Pretty decent navigation border there. Yeah, I think I saw that card before I even started watching. Beautiful white beard here. Again, all of these One Piece cards are in pretty much immaculate condition. So, I don't know, maybe I start with a lot of One Piece, because I'm not really sure. Obviously, if you put forth vintage Pokemon, you can get 7s, 8s, and 9s and still make money back on your investment, but I'm not sure. what makes the most sense. Beautiful Zorro here. And that's my One Piece. So we'll see which one of those I put forth. I want you guys to let me know which ones you think are the most worthwhile. You know, let me know down below if there's one that I should have definitely graded if I didn't send it off, which I'll send you. I'll make a video of the grades coming back and however long it takes to get those back. But yeah. All right, so we'll go into some tag teams next. We got a beautiful tag team, Snorlax and Eevee here. There might be one issue. I can't really tell. This one's pretty good. I'll probably send that one. And I have my stained glass birds here. Another beautiful card. A little bit bottom heavy. A little bit right heavy. Not very cool. So who knows? Maybe I won't send that one. But these two, these should be immaculate. I mean, I picked them up right at the beginning of V-Star Universe, which is where this set came from. So that was whatever it was, 2022. Man, if I had known how the market was going to move, I'd be just grabbing vintage left and right. I probably should have been doing that at the very beginning. But, you know, you can't predict the market trends. You just go with what your gut says. And now here we have some very interesting, just common rares from the, I think it's the Sky Legend box. I mean, that's what I opened. One of the few Sun and Moon boxes that I opened. And for some reason, this card is just jacked up. People love this card. I mean, it's cute for sure, but it's just a common rare. But yeah, I'll probably send those off too. And then we get into our vintage stack here. I'm not sure which one of these is going to be worthwhile. I'll do a little bit of research for sure. But this is a Diamond Pearl Charizard. Pretty like low price for what it is and which era it came from. So it must be pretty common. Now these are the big ones. If I can come back with like a pristine 10 on a vending series card, the prices of these are in the, well, they're in insane ranges. And this one is pretty good condition. And this one apparently is in an A+ condition. And it might be glossy. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to pull that out and see. Oh yeah, it's glossy. All right, so that's going to be a big one there. We're going to keep that one nice and safe and see what happens. Definitely grading that. That's exciting. All right, and then we have a few more. I'm not sure if they'll even accept this. It's a memo card. One of the coolest things. I think maybe one of the first cards that I ever bought in Japan too. For like 1,200 yen back in the day. And then we have a Dragonite here. Dark Dragonite. It's very clean. I think I'm going to take a swing on that. I have two Kabutops swimming through the water. This was one of my favorite cards. As you can see the price on one of these. I don't know when I picked that up. Does it say when? No, it doesn't say when. But the price is indicative, 2,000 yen for a very clean copy. It was definitely in 2023. Both of these are beautiful. Yeah, I might send them both. And then here are a couple more wild cards. Another Dragonite. We got a light Dragonite here. Very clean copy. If these drip into the 8 world, it's not the end of the world, but they look very clean to me. And this is an English card that I pulled out of my dresser maybe a year ago. It's not crazy, but I saw that the prices of this in like a 7 are worth grading. So, might send this one just to see what happens. And then the final card, this is a massive card. It's from the Japanese, what is it, Expedition series. And this Gengar is just very clean. You know, there's definitely some edge wear. Definitely down there. But if this comes back like a 7 or an 8, it's fine. And if it comes back as a 9, well, that would be just incredible. Alright, folks, now that you've seen the cards, let me know which ones you think were your favorites. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe on your way out.